Everybody. Good morning, everybody. My study was according to there is a problem in recent guideline that we have to do the final diagnosis of a pediatric patient by only at the age of 18 months. Before that, we can't do anything, but we have to just wait and watch the case. For that reason, I have a thought that I should or somebody should do some study to make some procedure or make some thought that some diagnostic tool can be done before 18 months of age. And as per today, the NACO and the state AIDS control guideline does not provide us any such type of diagnostic tool for the below 18 months of age. So my study depend on growth, development and morbidity profile in babies born to HIV positive mother and its correlation with maternal viral load and their comparative CD4 count. First of all, we all know that HIV is a global pandemic and it involves near about 34 million people till date, mostly in sub-Saharan African countries. The growth development of a HIV involvement baby, it is involved in the intrauterine period, and it is also seen that the IUGR small for dead baby is much prevalent than the premature baby in a case of HIV infected mother, and the poor growth that affects the long and short term growth development and long and short term outcome of the baby is also affected by from intrauterine period. HIV usually affects the body fat distribution and it also alters the lipid, glucose and bone metabolism of the baby. It is found that antiretroviral therapy does not appear significantly to affect the birth weight and the length of the baby during delivery. And some study also showed that it is 280 gram, the newborn is lighter and 16.4 centimeter shorter, while the mother is affected by HIV infection and the head circumference is also low. The postnatal growth is also affected while the mother is infected by a HIV positive mother. It is showed that it is near about 700 gram lower body weight and also 22 millimeter of lower length of the baby is observed. It is stated that during the course of 18 months, more length is affected than the weight of the baby. It is a thrombocytopenia that is well studied in adult patient. It is showed that in HIV/AIDS patient, the thrombocytopenia is a generalized feature due to bone marrow suppression and also due to antiretroviral therapy. In case of asymptomatic patient, the affection is near about 3 to 12%, but in pediatric HIV involved patient and also pediatric patient who has not diagnosed it, this study is limited. My study was designed as an observational prospective study and it involves 43 institutional deliveries, and the objective was to monitor the growth, development and thrombocytopenia or platelet count in this HIV infected mother having their baby born, and to suggest them higher diagnostic tool if there is any derangement of any morbidity profile I have stated above. During the result analysis, I have found that there is no significant relation between the CD4 count of the mother that has been done during the period of delivery because it does not involve any of the morbidity profile I have studied. That is the weight of the baby, the length of the baby, the head circumference, the cognitive development and also the thrombocytopenia. But surprisingly, if the viral load of the mother increases above 1000 copies per ml, it is found that the total birth weight of the baby is there is presence of low birth weight in case of 64.5% of baby there is length is shorter in case of 29% of babies, and there is microcephaly present in 54.8% of babies, and also cognitive development and thrombocytopenia is also present. So by this study, the conclusion was made that the same finding was also present in case of my following study about 1.5 month of observation and 3 months of observation and 6 months of observation in case of weight, and the length was affected in first 1.5 month of age, from birth to 1.5 month of age. The head circumference was also reduced till 3 months of age of the baby. So we can conclude by this study that viral load at the time of delivery is very important, because it is a far better indicator than a CD4 count. Usually we do CD4 count in different occasion, basically in different occasion while during antenatal checkups, but viral load is usually omitted because the cost effective factor. The viral load is also can be done when there is a major faltering of a viral load can be also be done when there is a major faltering of the growth indicator of that baby. So the take home message is the viral load is a better indicator for maternal to child transmission of HIV infection, and where there is viral copies less than 40 units 40 copies per ml, we can surely say that the baby will not be transmitted any HIV, and very little care will be needed. And if there is the viral load is not available in all the hospitals, all the major setups, so we can monitor the morbidity profile, means we can closely follow up the weight of the baby for next 18 months. We can follow the length of the baby, so the regular counting of the platelet and all the cognitive developmental milestones. If there is any major faltering of the particular morbidity indicator, we can refer this patient, or we can suggest this patient to do a viral load below 18 months of age, and we can diagnose by repeat it as per guideline by NACO. Thank you.
Any question from audience?
Hello. You have showed that there is a 34% reduction in the cognitive function.
Okay.
In the second or third slide, I have shown that there is a 34% reduction in the cognitive function. Somewhere in the slide. The question is, how do you assess the cognitive function? Number one, which scale you have used? Number two,
TDSC scale is used.
TDSC. And how about have you used that Brazelton scoring system?
Yeah.
Brazelton scoring system, have you used that? No, you haven't used. Okay. And at what age you have used that scale, TDSC?
TDSC I have started from 1.5 month of age, okay, and it carried out till 6 months of age, because my study was limited till 6 months of age, and it was due to the total duration of patient can be followed up during this duration. And I have done only 3 observations. First at 1.5 months, then 3 months, then 6 months, and definitely at the birth.
But I think modified Brazelton score would have been more imperative in this case.
Definitely, it should be done in longer period also, because total 18-month period is there. Right. But main problem in HIV patient is to follow up. I have got 150 patient, but it was reduced to 43 only, because regular follow-up is very much difficult for them.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for your nice presentation. But in your review of literature, you have said mother taking antiretroviral therapy, there is no significant difference in the development and morbidity of the baby of HIV positive mother. But you have said that the mother viral load, maternal viral load is one of the important predicting factor of the development. And I think if you give antiretroviral therapy to a mother, HIV positive mother, then definitely her viral load will go down.
I think my presentation was quite bit nice, because I am expecting this question only. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you
And other thing-
for your question.
Yeah. Other thing regarding your CD4 count. If a mother is having your good CD4 count, definitely her viral load will be
No,
lower.
no.
Is
This
it?
point, no.
Yeah.
Is-
Okay.
This is my justification.
Mhm.
It is found that when we start, as per NACO guideline, when we start ART, we start antiretroviral therapy when there is CD4 count below 500. Okay,
300.
below 500 we should think about. Below 300 we should definitely start. Below 200 it goes to HIV/AIDS, and we should admit him, and we should give definite and broad spectrum therapy. Okay, it is found that in different studies that different time when we give any antiretroviral therapy, there is fast droppage of viral load. Okay, fast droppage of viral load. Then only CD4 count affects. But no other study has been till date has been indicated any of that particular stage where this cutoff value occurs. Means when the viral load, how many viral load is required to cut down the to increase the CD4 count. In my study, you surprisingly know that in more than a patient having more than 1 lakh of viral load, having CD4 count more than 600. It is there. For that reason, if you can go for any internet search, you can see that there is no relation, particular when the viral, it is a very much hot topic, that no relation, what is the cutoff value, what is the line between the viral load and the CD4 count.
Dr. Bakshi, we can have
But,
both discussion
regarding-
at the lunch hour. Both have can discussion clear. Anyhow, we are lacking the figures, facts. What you have not put the figures here. When the study was conducted, what are the figures you have not put? Only given theory discussion you have given, what your observation, but figures were there not there. That should have been there. Anyhow, thank you, Dr. Bakshi.
Because it's a very large study,
You
so
should-
I have to sum up the total data.
Yeah,
also.
summary you should have given last. Only the figure is important for figures. Presentation figures are important,
Sir,
not the theory. So now time is over. Now
Sir, I have all the data
Okay,
in my
okay, thank you.
Thank you, participants of this free paper session. And I thank Dr. Dora for single-handedly conducting this whole session so wonderfully. And we wait eagerly for the results. The results will be declared after the next presentation. And now I request our medical director, Dr. A.P. Patnaik, to present a memento to Dr. Dora on behalf of the organization.